Megalodon 5 or 6 or wherever we're at. I'm going to create a mold with recap. Sharks Teeth from the Peace River. Made up some bracelets and posters. And before that, I made up a mold into this Megalodon tooth. I was looking for a way to preserve the shark's teeth. What I wanted was a mold that I could toss the shark's teeth in and just fill up, and so that way we could enjoy it without having them stuck in a box. I made this up, poured that. Actually, it's in the other shop right now. But it was too big and thick, and of course, had a texture to it because this is a texture. So, I poured it out of this in two-part. So after going through a couple of different mold designs, I think I settled on what I'm going to do. This is the outline of it. I'm going to make it about, I don't know, I think that's about 16 millimeters, so that'll give me about 5 millimeters of lip and 7 or 8 millimeters of depth, and then another couple millimeters is the base. Now, the first mold I drew up on this, I did it like this. Then I realized that as soon as I press this in there, I'm going to have this texture on the face of that in the same way that I had on the other pour. So I'm going to toss this one to the side. I basically made a cookie cutter, you could say. Took the 3D pen and I printed this out pretty quick. 0.6 layers with a 1.0 nozzle, so it had some voids in it, so I had to take the 3D pen and fill in those voids, because basically we're going to be duplicating this without the cross piece that's in here. It's just to support it in the mold. So what I'm planning on doing is doing this in 2 pours. The idea being is I'll pour the first part to here, to this line. That's going to do, and that's going to give me a nice flat surface here. That's going to give me the nice shiny finish that we're looking for, as opposed to having some kind of texture on it if I use this. So we're going to be duplicating this. This is what our casting is going to look like when we cast it out of epoxy, about that size. But I want that finish there. I want it to be nice and smooth. So that means we're going to do this in 2 pours. What I'll do is I'll pour the first piece up to here, which is then going to give me this ridge and a nice flat surface in here. Let it set up a bit, and then come back and pour the rest of the sides of the mold. Then I should be able to remove this and have the mirror image molder that I can cast clear epoxy in. We'll have a shark's tooth coaster that we can then fill with shark's teeth and cast multiple ones of these whenever we get back from a trip. And just use up what we've got and enjoy. So this stuff is the amazing mold rubber. I used it to create this. According to the instructions, I just use the whole bottle there. It's got a 2 to 4 hour cure time, 20 to 30 minutes to work with it. Stir base before adding catalyst. So it's 2 fluid ounces to 1 scoop of catalyst. There's a scoop of catalyst. There's a scoop. I suppose so, huh? There's no markings on it. The last one I used the whole bottle. That's kind of odd because this is 8 ounces. I suppose that is bigger than that, isn't it? Alright, so there's 4 scoops in here. What I'm going to do is do 2 ounces. These red solo cups are 2 ounces. We'll pour 2 ounces in there, see where it gets to. I would imagine we're only going to use about half of this, but I could be wrong. We're going to cast. We'll mix up this 2 ounces at a time. Do the inside part of it. Put on some gloves so I don't get all siliconized. So we're going to need 2 ounces of this. It should be the top line of that cup right there. It says stir it before you use it. I did. I gave it a good shake earlier. Mix it up good. Went out today, had a pretty good trip. Went up onto the Peace River north end, and it's kind of odd, there's no shark's teeth up there. Very, 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 very few of them on the upper Peace River. When I got back, I thought about it a bit, and that's because, well, there's a ton of fossils. And that's because that is what they call Bone Valley, the Bone Valley Formation, a little subsection of the Hawthorne group. It's a lot newer. It is where all the phosphate is. Well, a lot of the phosphate is. And it's mostly fossils. Found a couple of real nice shark's teeth, but a mako and a real nice bull shark tooth, but very, 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 very few of them. Just a couple other little ones. What I did find, which was kind of cool, a really big piece of, there's a lot of fossils, a big piece of turtle shell. Probably found half a dozen turtle shell fragments, carapace fragments, and actually. The side of a big chunk out of the side of the top of the shell. And then some of the scutes. Scutes are the parts that hold the shell pieces together and attach to the vertebrae. I don't have any direction on how long this is supposed to be. Next, I think just to Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. I think it's just to a uniform color is all we need here. So we'll make sure that we have a, in case we have to screw around a bit, we get a good timer. And this is probably going to take more of this than I thought that it would. We'll see. It's probably going to take a good 2/3 of this, probably 6 ounces. Because we're just into enough for the base, and that's it. Probably wind up, this bottom piece is printed out of TPU, flexible filament. I'm probably just going to leave the mold in there because I should be able to flex it enough with it in here. But definitely released alright from the PLA Plus. Let's see where we're at with this. Could have saved some material by cutting these ears off, but don't want to get too carried away with that. Yeah, buddy, we're going to need at least that much. Alright, so let's mix up 2 more of those. That way we'll pour up to that black line. So this mold's going to take about the same. Take the, we'll put 4 ounces in here this time. I've really got to get over and make up some of my own silicone. There's a lot of videos on it. I've never taken the time to do it. Theoretically, all you've got to do is mix baking soda with clear silicone that contains, what's it say, acetic acid of some kind? With that particular kind of silicone, baking soda will actually cure it quicker. You have a mold in a couple hours. Ounce of that, 2 scoops of catalyst. We should be in business. Should have about a quarter of that left. Well, that doesn't look right. Hopefully this will get us up to where we want to be, which is right at the black line that I've put it about 5 millimeters there. I've got the base pretty solid. I'm actually just going to pour this right in the inside, right in the middle here. Let's close this catalyst up. Stuff is pretty friendly. Doesn't smell, doesn't theoretically it's food safe and everything else, I think. Whatever you make out of it. Not that we'll be eating shark's teeth. It's just good to know that it's not going to kill you. You got to pay attention with the epoxy, and if you do acrylic, if the epoxy fumes, will get you. It'll cause an allergic reaction, hard on your lungs and your nose and your throat. Take this out first. Pour about half of this out. Let's see where we get with it. Acrylic is bad stuff in a sense. I think one of the powders actually, if you get any of it in your eye, you'll go blind immediately. Which falls into the category of bad things. So, always take precautions when you're dealing with any of the chemicals. Read the NSDS. Ran into that with TPU. It's a polyurethane. Print with, it's a flexible rubber. Let's heat some of it up to burn some holes through it. And let me tell you, what a stinkhead made. I went and looked in the MSDS, and it actually creates a deadly gas. Fortunately, it either make you nauseous or it'll kill you. So, lucky for me, it just made me nauseous. Let's see where we're at on here. Just touching. That's nice. Four on the sides is going to be interesting. Hopefully, this stuff will adhere to itself. And basically, now what we're going to have is this nice smooth surface for the inside of our coaster. And us the ability to see right through it with the clear epoxy. See the, well, that'll actually work. We are, well, I'm right at that line over here, but not on this side. I was hoping to get, maybe that line's too high there. Get this centered in here. And then what I'll do is I'll flow maybe a bit more. Just pop a bubbles. Nice and flat. So I'm at the line on this side that I drew, but for some reason this line must be off in that corner because we're at the line there. So that actually worked out quite well. And I expect a little bit of it to flow down and out. Well, all I want is a ridge around. All we want is a, just like these coasters, but less. Just a ridge about like this all the way around, and it should fit. Cut pretty well. But the main purpose is to be a display. So with this body completely out of acrylic, looks like I could probably put, I don't know, 20 or 30 of the shark's teeth in pieces into that, and then cast it, put the date on it, etc., and set it aside for our viewing pleasure. I suppose to make a candy dish or something too. Alright, we'll let this set up for a couple hours. I don't think it'll actually take that long, but looks like we are. This workbench is just a bit tilted. Put something under there. Yes. It really doesn't matter. That much at the same time. And maybe we'll do one more pouring there on the inside. Make sure I've got enough room all the way around it to fill it in. And I'll probably just pour into these corners and let it work its way down. That'd probably be best. But I need it to set up a bit first, because if not, anything that I pour in here is just going to ooze out the sides, or anything I pour in the sides is going to ooze out and bring the whole level up. And we don't want that. Cool. I'll be back with step 2. Alexa, set an alarm for an hour from now.
Second timer, 1 hour, starting now.
How much time is on our timers? Alexa, how much time is on our timers?
You have 2 timers. A 15-minute timer with about 40 seconds left.
Yeah, so it took less than 15 minutes to put that together. That's good. Alexa, cancel the 15-minute timer. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. And hey, have a great day. I'll make another video in an hour.